Hello and welcome to the show. This is East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise. I'm Scott Thomas here with Lori.
Hey.
She's back for another episode. And we're here with Marie Machario. She's here to talk to us about her part in the scene and everything that she's been up to and what she's doing now and in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. It's kind of weird being on this side.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of happy I haven't been interviewed myself for a while.
Well, there's always season 5.
Yeah, I've been on the local news before, but that's nerve-wracking. Mm-hmm. Having people ask you questions.
Gotcha. It's totally understandable.
So what have you been up to lately?
Well, I have a book coming out. Finally, after almost 9 years of trying to get published, it's finally happening. It's going to be released by Seventh Star Press on August 27th. It's only 10 more days.
Oh, nice.
From today. So
cool, yes.
I'm not sure when this comes out, but it's 10 days from today.
Awesome. 10 days from the date of this interview.
Yes.
So will you be having a book signing once it comes out?
We are having a book release party here, September 3rd.
Here, open book.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And have a great guest list and some sponsors I would love to give a shout out to.
Feel free.
Okay, for our book release party on September 3rd, we'll be here at the Open Court and at 6 p.m. and it is a free show. So anybody that wants to come in can come in. They got to at least be over 18. Some exemptions may apply for those of us that know the kids would be okay, that are like 16 and up, but for the most part, just to where some of the really cool, awesome bands and performers and comedians cannot worry about small children.
Trying to censor themselves. Right?
Yes. So I brought my list because it is long. I have a long, wonderful list of guests and performers. Chris Bell, who is a local comedian and awesome guy, is going to be my host. We have Bridie Von Beaverhausen. She's a burlesque performer locally in town. Gage and Ashley Sharp. They're a wonderful music duo and one of my favorite couples. Danny Whitson, who is a local magician, and he's also super funny too. So he's got, everything up his sleeve and jokes too. And then we have Lance Adams, who's also a stand-up comedian, and he's the host of Deadbeat Radio via Outlander Media Network. And Ivy Aphrodite, who is also another wonderful burlesque performer that tours all over Knoxville in different locations. And then we have Michael Bates, who is also a musician. And him and Chris Bell are going to get together to be the handsome Night Lobsters.
Okay.
And then we have the Knox by Night Band, who's also a great local comedic musical group. And if you guys haven't seen them, you definitely want to come out to the show to do that. And then we have Raven Von Rowe, who is a specialty burlesque performer. I've not gotten a chance to watch her show, so I'm really looking forward to it. And then we have a special music performance by the New Rosies. Cool. And their lead singer, Rose Holly, is going to be our tarot card reader for the night, too.
Oh, nice.
So we have all kinds of cool stuff going on. We even have a raffle. And so the raffle is going to, we're going to have ticket sales and stuff for that. And our awesome sponsors are going to be donating some fantastic prizes for the raffle. And I want to give them a shout out too, because this party couldn't happen without the guests and the sponsors. So the Mystic Orb in Clinton, Nature's Crossing Health and Beauty in Solway, Jefferson Barbershop in Oak Ridge, the Hemp Alternative in Oliver Springs, Taylor Shea Photography. She's a great local photographer. The other one in Oak Ridge, Terry Snow, who is the proprietor of Outlander Media Network. He's going to be filming the event.
Nice.
Tammy at Sheer Vibe Salon in Oak Ridge. She's my hairdresser, so she's doing us something special for that party. And Mythical Markings in Knoxville, downtown West area. August Aguilar, he is of course, El Burrito Blog and Strange Films. Matthew actually, he is a celebrity artist to the stars and an actor himself. Super cool guy. Black Cat Oddities in Oneida, and their Oneida Zombie Fest. They're also hosts of our sponsors of the show. And Jessica Claren Jewelry. She's a fantastic jeweler, and so she's going to be donating a little something special for the show also. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be such a fun night.
Sounds like a big time.
Well, I couldn't have a book release party without my friends. And,
Awesome. And what date is that again?
September 3rd.
September 3rd
Yes.
here at the Open Court.
What time does it start?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
And we're going until they kick out.
Nice.
That sounds awesome.
So the greatest and the most epic of the raffled items will be done after the final act of the night.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm trying to get the gang together to do something super neat at the end of the show. So we'll see. Wish me luck if they say yes.
So the lady that's doing the tarot card readings, is she just going to be set up here?
Yeah.
I'd be interested in that.
Yes. She's going to be set up in the back with us
Okay.
for my table and the raffle table. And so I'm super excited. She's really good. So
That sounds
yes,
cool.
yes. We
Sounds
had
like a good
a
time.
couple of changes in the original lineup, but it worked out great in the end. And I'm super excited that everybody's taking their time out to come out and perform and, you know, just have a great time. So I'm super excited that the Open Court is, you know, hosting us. So
Right. Open Court is a great venue.
yes, and it's a home of Dream Big too. So
You mentioned a couple people or bands that we have actually coming up on this show.
yes,
Knox by Night, they're going to be
Yes.
coming up soon. August Aguilar was last week, so great
and then there's
stuff.
some I'm going to send you.
That's fine.
They're super awesome. There were several guests and artists that were previously on season 4 of Dream Big. So, and then a couple that was on a previous season from that. So I'm really excited to get to just sit and enjoy their performance. So I hope everybody else will too.
So your show, and I'm sorry, but your show is called Dream Big.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I interview, like you guys do,
Okay.
several different talented individuals in the area that are trying to make their dreams happen, no matter what it is.
Okay.
And they share that story with me of how they're trying to get there and what they're doing to achieve their goals. And then I ask them what their advice is to others out there who are trying to make their dreams happen. So, and then we usually will have them perform at the end of the interview, or if they're an author, they sit and do a reading from one of
Okay.
their new books from for us. And it's kind of become like a family. So we all stay in touch, and I just make sure that, you know, anything that they share that's new and that's awesome, you know, I just reshare it. So I'm really looking forward to season 5 next year. I took a break.
Yeah.
So I could, because in March they signed me for my book, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So everything that I had planned in my head for almost 9 years, I was like, I know what I'm going to do. So I've just been working towards it, and I couldn't not have, you know, just everybody that was on Dream Big, or just anybody that I know in the area that I'm like, you know what, let's celebrate together.
Yeah.
Because to me, I feel like they're an inspiration to me. Every guest that I've ever had on my show is an inspiration to me to not give up.
Yes.
And so I want to pay it forward and say, you know, after almost 9 years of trying to get my book published, whereas most authors would have given up on their first novel. And they're usually told to give up on their first novel by their peers or, you know, other writers in the community or whatever. And they'll just stop and move on to another book. But I couldn't get and it's a full series. So there's right now going to be 6 books in the series.
Wow.
That Seventh Star Press signed me for. I've written 3. I had plenty of time to, while I was trying to get published, to write 2 more books after the first one. So, and I've got my premise all set and ready for book 4. So I'm I guess way ahead of the game, but I couldn't get the story out of my head, and I felt like it really needed to be told and shared with everybody. So I'm really excited about it.
I kind of have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
First being the Dream Big series. Is it put on YouTube like our show?
Yeah, it's put on YouTube and my website. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
rosemariemachario.com.
So cool. Check that out. Subscribe to her. Like all her videos. She supports everybody in the scene. So
Share.
yes.
I'm a big sharer. You got to share the inspiration.
Absolutely.
And the second part to my question, totally opposite of the production that you do.
Okay.
Your book. Can you give us a little teaser about what its premise is?
Yes, I can. I love talking about the book.
We don't want to give away too much because
I
we
won't
want
give
people
away
to.
too much,
Just a
I
little.
promise. Okay. Well, if currently you can pre-order it on Amazon right now up
Cool.
until the 27th, and then it's open to all the different platforms that books are on. There's
Yes.
so many now.
Oh yes.
And so I have the book blurb that's in where you can see it and read it, but to just tell you guys, my version of the book blurb. My princess is, she was brought up all alone with her 4 older brothers, but she was sheltered until she turned 16 because it was foretold that she was the next chosen one to defeat an evil shape-shifting wizard who was wanting to bring on the War of Ragnarok and take
Okay.
over
Oh, wow.
Valhalla. So there's this awesome amulet called the Amulet of Elements, and its power was specifically made for her. So, and all of this, is detrimental in order to defeating the wizard. So there's a race to find it. The amulet is just out there somewhere, and there's the princess that's looking for it, the wizards that's looking for it, some Vikings that are looking for it. So everybody's after the Amulet of Elements because everybody covets power.
Yes.
So she has like a huge adventure, but in her adventure, she finds out along the way that she is the chosen one, and she's really heartbroken and upset that her family didn't tell her. And so she has to have encouragement and find herself to continue and go on this big adventure to find the amulet and find herself in in all this and make this decision of whether or not she wants to be the chosen one. So it's really hard. I mean, back then, and this predates the beginning of the Viking Age and stuff.
Right.
So right about the Viking Age, but predates Christianity and stuff. So it's a pagan based book, and so everybody's and when you're 16, you're a grown woman, by then and stuff. So you can get married and do whatever. So I mean, she's considered an adult now.
Yeah.
This book is for adults. It's everything that you loved as a kid, as far as fantasy movies growing up, like Labyrinth and Legend and Neverending Story. And I took all these elements of things that I loved as a kid with adult themes like sex and violence.
Well, hey. Disclaimer: this book is not intended for children.
No kids.
No, it's for us adults that still enjoy all the things that we loved as a kid, but we like adult stuff too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, and we won't have to feel guilty going into the young adult section in the bookstore.
Well, it sounds kind of like it has the moral to it as well.
Yes,
as that
there is
she has to kind of pull out her own inner strength to find out, what she's
Yes, what she's capable
capable
of.
of. And we
'cause
have
she's-
to do that sometimes.
Yeah, she's got to dream big too.
Yeah,
Of
right.
course. And her family is, even though they didn't want to tell her about her path and, what they were told that, she was supposed to become, they just kind of ignored it and just kind of kept her sheltered until she was turned 16. But her family's just so close, and her 4 older brothers just, work incredibly hard to rescue her on a number of occasions and try to help her on her path, because each brother has their own special thing that they do. So you just have to read the book to find out what they do and how they make it in the end. So
That's a pretty good teaser.
yes, and even of course, being that there's going to be 6 books in the series for right
And you
now.
can also go to Amazon and read the blurb.
Yes,
there.
you
And
can
I
read
love
the
that
blurb.
because sometimes they don't have that, and I'm like, I want the little blurb. So
Yes,
I want to read
yes.
into the book.
Yes. So, but yeah, so she's got a lot to do. She's got a lot to prove to herself and to others, and make this decision, this life decision, to be the only one that can destroy the evil wizard. So,
And again, the name of the book is
the Amulet of Elements.
Okay, on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be released through 7-Star Press,
Right.
and they're based in Lexington, Kentucky. That's a mouthful. And they are hosting a book con / film festival October 11th through the 13th called Machinarium in Louisville, Kentucky.
You're going to be there?
Yes, I'm going to be there.
Okay.
I'm really excited. I got to go last year. It was my first time. And it's not like a regular Comic-Con or anything like that. There's so many creatives there that the energy is just immensely uplifting and wonderful, and they have so many cool things that are going on. They have different performers, and the film festival is really cool because you can go and you can watch all the films that are screened, and there are several local filmmakers that are going to be going up there that are nominated for
Nice.
some
Exciting.
films. So I'm excited for them, and I hope they come back home winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anybody who's watching this from the Louisville area, look for that. Check it out.
Yes, you
Go meet
definitely
her.
don't want to miss the Machinarium. It's wonderful, wonderful. It is a great experience,
And
and
you
they're
were
going to
at-
have even more various kinds of performances and stuff like that. And there's like a dinner and a cosplay, and last year they had a masquerade ball, so I don't know if they're going to do the same things, but I know there's a lot more to go and see. But they do have a page on Facebook.
Cool.
The Machinarium, find it on Facebook.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. You were at Fanboy this year, though, weren't
Yes,
you?
I was
I
at
saw
Fanboy.
pictures of you.
Yes, and I will be a guest at the Marble City Con November 16th and 17th, I think it is. And they're hosting it in Sevierville, at the Sevierville Convention
wow.
this year.
Cool.
And they're doing something a little extra special that I get to be a part of. So they haven't announced it yet, but I'm really excited and honored
Can you
that
tell
they
us
asked
anything
me.
about it?
Don't
Is
wanna
it
give
on the
up too
deal?
much.
Yeah, well, I can't say anything yet.
Just be there.
So, yes, you
Be
don't
there,
want to
check it
miss
out.
it. And as soon as they say I can share about
Right.
it, then it's going to be like on.
Yes.
I'll be like sharing, guess what I get to do? So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be at CreepyCon next weekend, the 24th and 25th, or 23rd and 24th. It's 3 days this year, and then I'm gonna pop in at Bubba Fest and see some friends that are
Cool.
gonna be there. So
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. Matthew actually is gonna be there, so that's why I'm going to Bubba Fest.
You have a lot of stuff going on for you.
Yes, yeah.
Busy.
Over the next couple weeks, especially before the party, and then I have a couple interviews next week too that I'm excited about. So yeah.
So, Rose, who are some authors that maybe inspired you to write as a child? Maybe
Oh gosh, I
anybody in
loved
particular?
I loved Walter Fairley. I read all of the Black Stallion series
Okay.
as a kid, and I was all over the place. So I didn't have like
Okay.
any specific ones that I read, except for like his, like obsessively. I was constantly reading that
Okay.
as a kid growing up, and then later, I think by the time I was 11, I was reading The Graduate. So
Oh wow. Okay. So you're a little all over
yeah,
the
well,
place.
I started reading at like 5, so I was like a really early reader, and then I started writing poetry and stuff by the time I was 12. And from there, it was just kind of like short stories and song lyrics and things that angry teenagers do and write about. Any
Nice.
dreams that I would have, I would write it down. And this book, The Amulet of Elements, actually came to me in a dream.
Oh wow.
And I had a 5-month-old daughter at the time. She's my youngest. And whenever I would like just write down this dream, and the more I wrote about it and the more I remembered about it, it really became like a short story. And I think, wow, this would be a great kids book. And so I thought, okay. And by the time I took it and typed it out from my notebook, I was like, oh, it needs a little bit of something else. So I just started thinking of all the different things that I loved and enjoyed about books growing up as a kid. That I put that in there, and then it just grew and grew and grew. But I looked over my original story that I wrote in my notebook a couple days ago, and I'm like, wow, it's just grown so much.
Yeah.
That's the creative process.
Yeah, well, it started out as a series of novellas, but I couldn't get the novellas published. Even several of the small presses that did publish novellas, I kept getting rejections for it, and none of the agents represented novellas. So if you're out there and you're an author, a lot of agents won't represent novellas, but they do. If you're already established with them, I have friends that have novellas, and they're that are already established with an agent or publisher. But I went through a long process of taking a majority of the novellas and then making 2 books out of them. That's how many I had.
Well, we're glad that you kept trying.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't give up on that one.
Keep up the good work. We appreciate you doing what you do for the scene and for authors around this area. We really appreciate everything you've done, and look forward to what you're going to do in the future with your Dream Big season. What, it's 5?
It'll be 5.
Season 5.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So we'll have to look forward to that on YouTube. Or what was your website name?
RosemaryMachario.com.
Look for that. Check it out. Find her on Facebook. Do all the social media stuff. This lady's awesome. Is there any final thoughts that you'd like to pass along to everybody before we close it out?
Maybe one.
Okay.
Don't ever give up. No matter what any of the naysayers say, no matter the self-doubt that's running in your head, don't ever give up. You got to keep going and always dream big.
And that goes for anyone out there that's doing what they
no
love.
Matter what they're
Musicians,
doing. Yes.
authors, comedians, as you said.
Yes.
Anybody who can
Artists,
get up on stage.
models, actors, filmmakers, podcasters, YouTubers, anybody. If they've got something creative that they want to do and they are loving and passionate about doing it, do it.
Never give up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good words to live by.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, unless you have anything else to ask.
No, I'm with you guys. Don't give up. We love the creatives.
Yes.
All right. This has been East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise with Marie Machario. Look for her in any Comic-Con, CreepyCon you said is coming up.
Yeah, CreepCon's coming up, and then I'll be running around Boba Fest as a guest. Well, not as a guest, but as a
patron.
A patron, having fun and getting autographs and fangirling.
All right. Look for her everywhere you can find her. This has been East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise. We'll see you next time.